depression. What is this thing, depression?
Depression is a mood disorder. It's a disorder or it's an illness that affects how one feels. We say mood is an inner feeling anyway. So it's a mood disorder. It's one of the mood disorders anyway, and it basically the person feels down or feels low. So the person is not happy.
Yeah.
So there's like a pervasive feeling of, or a long-standing feeling of sadness. Usually everyone is sad. Occasionally, maybe things don't go according to plan. You're sad, but you're able to come out of it, or you're able to get yourself out of it. But with depression, it's almost there every time of the day, on most days of the week. Well, usually to make a diagnosis of depression, we need at least 2 weeks of these sustained feelings of sadness.
Wow, so 2 weeks and then...
Yes, that's what we need.
Okay.
But so most times, people don't present within those 2 weeks.
Okay.
Yeah, people do not typically present within 2 weeks because we are a deeply religious society. So you hear things like I'm feeling sad, I'm going to like snap out of it or just pray about it. So they will try to pray, try to do other forms of therapy before coming to the hospital. So most times we have more than enough time, the time frame to say that okay, this person is actually usually we say when these feelings are intense enough to affect normal functioning. And the person stops going to work, the person stops associating with others, and that person is not able to function anymore. A student stops going to school or it begins to affect their grades. Maybe a mother is unable to take care of her children. When some aspect of their life is affected because of this depression, then you say yes, it's weighty enough to call depression. Usually when we're sad, maybe for a few days, we're able to, at least even if you're sad, you're able to go pick your children in school, go do other things. But someone that is depressed is unable, or most times anyway, can be able to function. Yes, it affects functioning. It could be just one aspect of functioning or all aspects of functioning, but some aspect of functioning is affected. Well, some studies have been done, more studies internationally, but Nigerian studies have found prevalence rates or rates of depression that are similar to those found in other parts of the world. And generally, the World Health Organization has said that 3% of everybody is depressed. So if you have 10 people, 3 out of them are depressed or have some form of depressive illness or the other. It might not be the major form, it could just be a mild depressive form, but at least there's some form of depression. So the rate of depression is certainly 3% worldwide. And studies that have been done locally have also found rates that are similar to those found. Some studies have found lower rates, some have found higher. So when they find an average of these local studies, they've also found that it's roughly an estimate of 3% in Nigeria. Well, I work in a tertiary institution, so we get referrals from different hospitals. So if we did an audit of the patients with depression, it would be definitely more than 3% because we treat mainly people that have mental health issues. So we get a higher rate. But when we go to the family physicians or just the primary health centers, those rates are approximately 3%. But in our center, we definitely have more than 3% because we are like the go-to people for most times it's people around them. Yes. Because especially with depression, sometimes they're too weak to even think of coming to the hospital. They can't concentrate enough to actually form the thought of coming to the hospital. And then because of our environment, the environment, many people will think that okay, I'm feeling sad, so it is a form of medical, it is a form of an illness. They'll just ascribe it to something else, and then they don't really come to the hospital. But maybe when a family member or a friend that has had people or that has had previous experience with depression sees them, they're quick to point them to pick the symptoms, and then they offer their relatives that, okay, I think you should take this person to see a doctor. But those that are depressed don't really take, most times they don't really take the initiative to come to the hospital. It's their friends or family members. For someone that is depressed, or for someone at risk of depression, usually the first time the person is depressed, the person might not really know until the person is brought to the hospital. So it's at subsequent occasions that the person, once the person knows that, okay, maybe something happens, maybe a major life event, maybe bereavement, maybe loss of job or something, and then the person is at risk of having depression, the person should begin to watch out. How is the sleep pattern? Sleep is also one of the things that is affected in depression. The person is unable to sleep very well. The person either wakes up very early, earlier than usual, at least 2 hours than the usual wake-up time. And then when the person is awake, what are the kind of thoughts that go through their mind? Is the person thinking of things like maybe feelings of helplessness, hopelessness, worthlessness, excessive guilt? Does the person keep ruminating on the past misdeeds?
Okay.
Yeah, these are things we need to watch out for. Is the person feeling so weak? Is the person, maybe the person doesn't have, loses his or her appetite, and then there's obvious weight loss. Those are risk factors that should be watched out for. Well, okay, our individual attributes differ from each other. Some people are able to cope well with heartache, some are not. Things that would have broken some people, others thrive on them, and then they actually go on to become better people. So we need to each know our strengths and our weaknesses. Know your coping skills. Know what helps you cope. Some people, when things don't go according to plan, they shut themselves up in the room, listen to music, and they're able to come out of it. Some people need to ventilate, they go and meet others, they talk, and then they find out that, okay, after how many minutes or maybe an hour or 2 hours talking to others, they feel better. Yeah, so know what works for you, basically, and then try to, maybe periods of heartache, try to do that. But even those that are so strong, it will get to a point where they will be depressed. There's one thing that sometimes being depressive illness could be genetic. It's not every time, but it could be. People could be genetically predisposed to having depression. There's someone in the family that's had history of depression or history of a mental illness. That person is at higher risk than someone that has not had. But it still doesn't mean it cannot be sporadic. That means it still doesn't mean, even if nobody in the family has ever had it, you can have it. Yeah. Okay. So it depends on the personality really, and then what's the weight of this disappointment? What does the person hear? What does it mean? So, like maybe 2 people, or let's say 3 people go for a job interview. Someone, maybe the person is not really bothered about it, and the person just cares and goes. So the person doesn't put so much weight on it. Another person, neither here nor there. If I get it, good. If I don't get it, the person is quite optimistic of other opportunities in the future. And then another person, maybe that's all the person is waiting for. That is the only thing the person has. So it's not hard to diagnose, but it's just that you can't say who will have it. You can't predict it. There are some personalities that are greater risk. People that are maybe they find validation in, or they find happiness in the validation of others. Maybe, there are some people, whether you like me or not, I don't care, I'm not bothered. But some people want others to appreciate them. So they derive their happiness from being validated, or maybe from having their works validated by others. Definitely those people are are at higher risk of depression than someone that has this lucky go attitude. I don't care about people, I'm not bothered.
Yeah.
So those kind of people are higher risk. People also that have a family history of maybe depression or any form of behavioral problems. People with substance abuse, people that take alcohol. Alcohol itself, or not just alcohol, psychoactive substances, they increase the risk of having depression. That's research has been done on that and it's proven. Substance abuse disorders increase the risk of depression. People with chronic illnesses also. Maybe people with hypertension, diabetes, cancer. Chronic illness is basically sickle cell disease. Any illness that doesn't have a cure, like malaria. You know, when you have malaria and you use anti-malaria, after 3 days you're okay. People that have to use medication for a long time, they've been coming in and out of the hospital, that also at increased risk of depression. People that have that are not achieved so much in life, they see themselves as low achievers. They maybe all the goals they've set for themselves, maybe they expect. I'm sure. Okay, where we all were in secondary school, when we got in secondary school, you have this crap goal. Where do you see yourself in 20 years? And then after 20 years, they found that they've not achieved all they set out to. They definitely have higher risk of having depression. And people that have achieved what they achieved their goals. Scientifically, really, we haven't found. There are people that have said that if you eat this type of food, like some people advise gluten-free diet. Some people would say you should avoid wheat. I've not seen any such thing in the psychiatric books I've read. That's mostly true. But if you go online, different people, maybe from their own experience, but no research has been done as identified a specific type of food as predisposing to depression. We haven't found any. But you will see so many things, and things online. Avoid sugar. No, too much sugar, food, or maybe predisposed to a medical condition that will predispose to depression, maybe indirectly, but there's no direct link to depression being caused by particular foods. Although when people are depressed and they are particular types of medication, they are told to avoid particular food because of the side effects of the medication. But it's not that it's the food that will cause depression.
Thank you so much, Doctor.
I am Dr. Bruce Felyato. I'm the Senior Registrar in the Department of Psychiatry, Lagos University Teaching Hospital.
My name is Seraph. I'm the founder of Seraph Foundation.
Hi, my name is Obiamaka Ofodli, and I'm a volunteer for the Seraph Foundation.